All right, so here today we got some fun topics, two separate topics. One about a shift up response over here, and one about an ad that has surfaced, which a lot of players are thinking is something. I'll talk to you and give you my take on things and update you on what that looks like. But where we stand right now is this. We got the new response over here from Shift Up, and they responded, officially ending an outstanding collaboration, that being the collaboration with Alvin and the Chipmunks. They again tuned into our game over here. We had Yunwa, Emma, and Vessi replacing the three Chipmunks. And then we had the other Chipmunks also show up, part of other voice actors also in this event, which was beautiful. Great time. Probably the best time I had to shift up, games in a while. So very, very great time. But yeah, they made their response today. Let's talk about it. New to the channel, like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. Take a look. Pretty much though, they released a full-on update. Yes. Over here, you have to download like 50 MB or something like that. I don't know exactly how much, but about 50 MB. Pretty much though, they said this over here. Fixed an issue where some information at the top of the screen in Solar Ray Museum battles was reset under certain circumstances. Fixed an issue where Mother Whale's battle mode in Solar Ray Museum battles operated differently than expected under certain circumstances. Fixed an issue where the normal and hard mode battles of campaign stage 22-36 could not run normally under certain circumstances. Fix an issue where some Japanese voiceovers into the story event Absolute did not match the lines. Added a skill info pop-up about projectile explosion damage to some skill descriptions. Applies to Emma tactical upgrades, skill 2 LT formation, and Yunwa's tactical upgrade, skill 2 AS formation. Fix an issue where some English voiceovers sounded unnatural. That applies to campaign chapters 39 and 40, story event Absolute, welcome back event, also the Emma tactical upgrades voiceovers, the Yunwa tactical upgrade voiceovers, and Vesti tactical upgrade voiceovers. If you had any issues with any of these voice lines, and again, campaign, story event, welcome back event, Emma, Yunwa, and Vesti, all of them have been tackled over here. They applied the patch, they have concluded the Alvin and the Chipmunks collab, and now they should sound like they did not just take an entire bucket of freaking balloons filled with helium. I have no idea what happened here, but it happened, so they just responded to it. Pretty much, they didn't want to put this response out on the weekend, I guess. They could have easily just told us it wasn't an issue, or it was an issue, sorry, on Thursday or Friday. They just chose not to. They knew it 100%. It was like, dude, it was everywhere. My comment section was just 99% Chipmunks this whole weekend. Since Thursday, since the update went live. My video I dropped, which was the video of the patch, right? Like going over the patch stuff and talking about museum and such. That video had most of them talking about the Chipmunk thing. So they knew about that 1 billion %. Like 1 billion %. They just don't want to address it until Sunday, when they would be able to tackle it quickly, right? So just like ignore it, and then Sunday, when they were able to tackle it, again, now officially it's Monday, right? It's already the new day, but they were able to tackle it and announce that they fixed it. So go and play a game, go and have fun, and go and not hear Chipmunk voice. That's literally where we're at right now. So have fun with that. It's officially confirmed that it is, again, working. And I went to check it. They sound better. They sound like they didn't just insanely inhale. I don't even know how much helium. A lot of helium, bro. So yeah, game is now playable now, which is there. And if you're asking for any Apollo gems or whatever, no Apollo gems apparently. It's just I think there's no Apollo gems unless I'm mistaken. So I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, no Apollo gems. Yeah, they weren't gonna give it. I knew they weren't going to, but anyways, if you're wondering, didn't happen. All right. So that's number one. There we go. That's all the fixes officially live right now. Next up, a lot of players have been like telling me about this, posting this in my DMs and such, and my DMs have been filled today. Holy hell! All right, both with the topic about the Chipmunks and this over here. So apparently an ad came out that's been like surfaced here that's been showing off Librolio. I think this is because obviously something happens, and I'm not gonna spoil that, but they are finally touching upon, I guess, Librolio here, and they mentioned in like the Dev Reviews earlier in the year that they were gonna bring back Librolio and finally explain some stuff. So at least there was, again, some credibility to that point. But it shows off Librolio. It shows off pretty much just like her idle animation, nothing else. And it seems that it was like tweaked a little bit. It looks a little bit more revamped compared to the old one. Some parts of it just looks a little bit more higher quality, and some parts of it have changed from what it originally was, apparently. So because of that, players are like, oh my god, that confirms she's like the third Annie leak and everything associated. What I will say is, the only reason we knew Siren was the third Annie leak was because she had a shooting pose. If an ad comes up that shows a shooting pose for Librolio, that means that she's confirmed for the third Annie. The thing is, it is not that. Remember, Cinderella, for like 1.5 years before she released, she had ads for her. Lilith also had ads for her. Chime had ads for her. There's more, but I'm gonna forget their names now. There's a few more Nikkes that had ads, but they weren't released just yet. They just marketed to like hype them up. Cinderella, like, again, you know how long she was in like marketing phase until they released her. Basically, when they first showed Cinderella, they knew how hyped she was based off her design. So they were like, hey, how do we get players into the game? Show Cinderella off, and players would download the game for her. So it's a similar thing. Maybe they just think Labralia is super hyped like that, and maybe she is playable at some point later in the lifespan of the game. So they're just gonna advertise for her. I swear that they used to have Labralio ads. I remember seeing old Labralio ads, but I don't think that this confirms anything for the third Annie. If we see a shooting pose and they leak it like that, then that for sure confirms it. Because again, how you knew Siren, so this is why players are saying this, because there was that Siren thing back then, which occurred, which pretty much like sort of confirmed Siren was the 2.5 Annie, because Siren literally had a shooting pose and full animation. I think they were showing like the jiggles and everything, right, with her shooting and everything. And because of that, we knew, like, okay, if you're making a shooting pose with the Nikke, then that confirms it. It was like our leak back then when they leaked the Scarlet. That was not through ads. That was through data miner. Someone who had the server access or whatever. That person leaked Scarlet's shooting pose. Once we see a shooting pose, it's more likely that character ends up releasing. But this is just an idle animation. This is already crafted when the Nikke talks to you in story and everything associated. It's already crafted, so it's nothing that indicates a leak pretty much. But anything is possible. I still don't think that this is, again, 100% leaking towards it. So if you've seen people saying that it confirms it, I don't think so. But yeah, a brand new Labralio ad which dropped here, and if you've seen it if you've seen it on TikTok, pretty much, right? That's, I think, where this is mainly being shown. I haven't seen it anywhere myself though. I know one person said it was on Instagram as well. They got it on their feed or whatever on Instagram. So this is an ad that's been published now in again, hype up for the anniversary, because remember, the anniversary is coming out, so it's their sort of build up for that, which at this time of the year, it always begins about a month or two prior to the anniversary. They got to get the player count up. So how do they do that? They show off what's gonna get the player count up. In this case, Labralio, back then with Cinderella, Siren for the 2.5. Remember, you went into the 2.5, you didn't even think Mahara was an option, correct? So again, don't go in thinking Labralio is the second one confirmed or the first one confirmed. Anything is possible. If you see a shooting animation, then I'll give you full permission to go say, yup, that confirms her. So please be aware, all right? That's where it currently stands. Again, update is now out, fixed a bunch of issues and took care of a bunch of things there. The voice lines are fixed. Go and enjoy it. The funny thing is, most of you might have already finished the first part of stuff. So that's kind of funny by this point. But at least later in the story, maybe chapter 39 or 40 or whatever, or some of the other lines associated, at least it doesn't sound like helium for you. But to those commenting, another win for sub enjoyers. Congrats, another win for you guys. But take care, have fun. It's been it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. And yes, if you get any more ads, let me know. You can tag me on Twitter or DM me on Discord if you have my Discord. But that's it. Let me know. Take care, have fun, and I'll catch you tomorrow. It'd be funny as hell to wake up tomorrow to see like a full-on leak shooting animation. Gaga, what'd you say last video? She got a shooting animation now. Bro, my jaw would drop. This is like the least thing I expected if the third Annie were to offer. But if it happens, damn. Damn, this video is going to be aging very poorly.